A view of American life during the 1930s-1940s. A couple and their Cadillac V16 automobile. Harlem, New York City, 1932. A family photographed at their home in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, July 1938. Cowhands and Girls, Custer National Forest, Montana, 1939. A Lady with the Ford, U.S., 1935. Young Packing House Workers, Canal Point, Florida, February 1939. Life magazine photographer Margaret Bourke-White takes a photo from the 61st floor of the Chrysler Building, New York City, 1934. Lines of cars along highway before a Duke Carolina football game, Durham, North Carolina, November 1939. Miami Beach, Florida, 1939. Garment workers leave the factories for lunch, New York City, June 1936. Three unemployed men wait outside the Salvation Army, San Francisco, California, 1939. Santa shakes hands with Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Central Park, New York City, December 1935. Descendants of slaves of the Petway Plantation, Gee's Bend, Alabama, February 1937. Main Street, West Texas, November 1939. On the road with her family, 1 month out South Dakota, Tula Lake, California, September 1939. Buyers and farmers wait outside a warehouse during auction sales, Durham, North Carolina, November 1939. Farmers wait outside a warehouse during a tobacco auction sale, Durham, North Carolina, November 1939. New York City on a rainy evening in 1939. Sunbathing, Revere Beach, USA, 1937. State Capital Des Moines, Iowa, September 1939. Radio Row, NYC, April 8, 1936. What defined American life in the 1930s? 1. Economic hardship and the Great Depression. 2. Technological innovation and urban expansion. 3. Post-war recovery and prosperity. 4. The rise of consumer culture. Leave your answer in the comments below. The correct answer will be revealed at the 30th minute of this video. 2 girls sunbathing. Revere Beach, Massachusetts, 1937. Pontiac convertible coupe at Tanforan Racetrack, San Bruno, April 17, 1935. Migrant workers near Prague, Oklahoma. Photo by Russell Lee in June 1939. McAdams and Morford Drugstore, Lexington, Kentucky, 1939. A street in Washington, D.C., busy with people and vehicles. Harrison Ewing, 1935. A crowd outside the Regal Theater in Chicago, Illinois. Russell Lee, 1941. The Fulton Fish Market in New York City. Berenice Abbott, 1936. People leaving Pilgrim Baptist Church in Chicago, Illinois on Easter Sunday. Russell Lee, 1941. Union Square, Manhattan, New York City. Berenice Abbott, 1936. Sergeant George Kemblair taking his girlfriend to the movies in Washington, D.C. Jack Delano, 1942. Men standing outside a grocery store in Shawneetown, Illinois. Russell Lee, 1937. Pushcart fruit vendor at the Fulton Fish Market, New York City. Gordon Parks, 1943. Fifth Avenue and 42nd Street, looking west from Seymour Building, New York City. Berenice Abbott, 1937. The San Angelo Fat Stock Show Parade in San Angelo, Texas. Russell Lee, 1940. A street in Norwich, Connecticut after a snowstorm. Jack Delano, 1940. Washington, D.C., 1934. Kingston, New York, 1934. (1930) Police cruiser and 2 motorcycle cops. Ed Couch, Texas, 1939. Carpenter Drive-In, Sunset BLVD, Los Angeles. Marcus Motors, Denver, Colorado, 1938. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Modeling seat covers for 1933. Zier Diner South, Los Angeles, 1931. Delivery of the new 1936 Buicks. (1933) Plymouth and Bathing Beauty. Kids on the running board of a 1936 Pontiac. (1931) Ford at Paul's Place gas station. Glendale, California, 1936. Wells Beach, Maine, 1938. California Service Station, 1934. Seattle, Washington. (34) Ford picked up by manual crank tow truck. Kramer's Wigwam gas station, Browning, MT, 1935. Simon's Drive-In, Wilshire BLVD, Los Angeles. (1937) DeSoto parked next to a Model T. (1936) Jensen with Ford V8. Coke delivery trucks, Lexington, KY, 1935. Post office, Glen Ellen, Illinois. Manhattan skyline from Brooklyn, 1936. modeling in front of a 1930s Willys. Blackwood Service Station, California. The Corner Service Station. Westinghouse Trade Show, Lexington, KY 1933. Around the Campfire at Huntington Beach, CA. Publicity shot for the Frank Dillon Tire Co. J.J. Hickey Gas Station, Ann Arbor, MI 1938. An early drive-in theater. Orpheum Theater, Minneapolis, MN 1933. Girl on the bumper of a 1931 Chevrolet. Cool Motor Gas Station, Cleveland, OH, 1939. Tanker Service Station, Minneapolis, MN. (1938) Oldsmobile at San Francisco Bay Bridge. New York Stock Exchange, 1929. Gulf Service Station, 1931. Food Line in New York City, 1931. Supper in Dugout Home, New Mexico, 1940. Michigan, 1940. Roadside Camp in Kern County, CA, 1938. New York City Docks, 1935. Hamilton County, Ohio, 1935. Dallas, South Dakota, 1936. Elm Grove, Oklahoma, 1936. Leaving South Dakota, 1936. Smithland, Iowa, 1937. U.S. Highway 99, California. Moving Day in North Florida, 1936. Hamilton County, Tennessee, 1937. Kern County, California, 1938. New York City, 1936. Nipomo, California, 1936. Tenement house in Brockton, Mass., 1940. Otto Camp in California, 1936. Relief Line in New York City, 1930. Malheur County, Oregon, 1939. Central Park, New York City, 1933. Smithfield, North Carolina, 1936. Manhattan, 1932. Yakima Valley, Washington, 1936. Florida, 1937. Pulaski County, Arkansas, 1935. Chandler, Arizona, 1940. California, 1939. Cincinnati, 1936. Workers' camp near Holtville, California, 1937. Winter Haven, Florida, 1937. Oklahoma, 1942. Person County, North Carolina, 1937. Workers' Camp Sunday School, California, 1937. America in the 1930s. Tupelo, Mississippi, 1935. A march of unemployed men in Camden, New Jersey during the Great Depression, 1935. Pie Town, New Mexico, 1940. A young boy in the Alabama countryside with eroded land behind him during the Great Depression, 1935. Unemployed men looking for a job during the Great Depression, 1935. Unemployed men at the Volunteers of America Soup Kitchen in Washington during the Great Depression, 1936. A covered wagon in a migratory carrot pullers camp during the Great Depression, 1935. A migrant family looking for work in the pea fields of California during the Great Depression, 1936. A young girl who is a migratory worker besides the tent in which she lives at Kern County, California during the Great Depression, November 1935. People lined up outside of a bank during the Great Depression, 1933. A young man standing in front of an Italian-American employment agency looking for a job in San Francisco during the Great Depression, 1936. An unemployed, destitute man leaning against vacant store during the Great Depression, 1935. A woman with her child beside her car, piled up with all her possessions during the Great Depression, 1935. The correct answer is 1. Economic hardship and the Great Depression. The 1930s in the United States were primarily defined by the Great Depression, marked by widespread unemployment, poverty, and significant social and economic challenges. This era also saw the implementation of New Deal policies by President Franklin D. Roosevelt to address these issues. Migrants in their car during the Great Depression, 1935. A man dressed poorly, walking with his head down, walks with shacks in the background during the Great Depression, 1935. A young Oklahoma mother, aged 18, penniless, stranded in Imperial Valley, California, March 1937. A young girl who is a migratory worker besides the tent in which she lives at Kern County, California during the Great Depression, 1938. Unemployed insured workers registering for jobs and filing benefit claims at a state employment office during the Great Depression, 1936. Christmas dinner in the home of Earl Pauley near Smithland, Iowa during the Great Depression, 1935. A homeless man during the Great Depression. Families on the road with all their possessions packed into their trucks, migrating and looking for work during the Great Depression, 1935. Breadlines in New York during the Great Depression, February 1932. Best 100 Rare Historical Photos from 1940 to 1970. Even during their summer vacation in 1955, they didn't forget to stay fit by riding a tandem bike. Danish inventor Mikael Pedersen created the tandem bicycle, designed for two riders at the end of the 19th century. Photo credit, Orlando. The Statue of Liberty photographed in Paris. This serene moment was captured around 1970. Photo credit, Keystone. Great Indian Desert north of Jodhpur. Looking at the lively scene of an American beach during the summer of the 1950s, it's easy to see why the beach was the top destination on every summer travel checklist. Photo credit, George Marks. America stolen millions tons of gold from Iraq. The man in the photo is completing his sketch at the Oxbow course in Saugatuck, Michigan in 1955. Photo credit, Orlando. Carrie Fisher in Star Wars. The young couple in the photo enjoys a romantic picnic on a beach in the U.S. during the 1950s. Photo credit, George Marks. Tourists expect a certain amount of violence in these Wild West shows. A moment captured of a woman applying sunscreen during a time when this product began gaining popularity in mid-20th century America. Muhammad Ali and a Boy, circa 1971. Sharon Tate, Designer Modeling. Old men staring at women in the past. In 1938, a man named Jonathan DeLong invented this iconic inflatable ball version. A car escaping the eruption of Mountain Pinatubo in Philippines, 1991. The Supreme Soviet votes USSR out of existence. Hugh Hefner, The Mansion. Beautiful Allison Hayes. Susan Anton, Golden Girl. During the Vietnam War, one of the most dangerous jobs, tunnel rats. Charlotte Rampling. Filming Cobra Woman, 1944. Tanya Roberts, The Beastmaster. Vintage Lesbians from 1920. Linda Ronstadt, Nature Trail. Triple-decker bus in Berlin, Germany, 1926. Goldie Hawn, Just Chilling. Kim Novak photographed in the 1960s. Jacqueline Smith, Angelic in White. Anna Kashfi, British model and actress. Jamie Lee Curtis, Cine Review. Taken in 1921, this image of the Great Sphinx of Giza Prior. Stevie Nicks, Out to Lunch. Their treatment by suspension and the use of the plaster of Paris bandage. Stage showgirl in the 1940s. After undergoing 67 exorcisms, she died in 1976. Jill St. John, Diamonds Are Forever. Linda Carter, Keeping It Casual. Jacqueline Bisset, Wooden Pose. Marilyn Monroe and Charlie Chaplin. Vintage Fetish, an archive of men's magazines. The Jungfraujoch is the highest railway station in Europe. Cheryl Ladd, Charlie's Angels. VJ Day, Kiss in Times Square. Blondie, LA Cool. Gertie Daub, Miss Germany, 1957. Angie Dickinson, Policewoman. Model June Palmer, 1960. Marilu Henner, Taxi. Native American man gazes upon the newly completed Transcontinental Railroad. Carly Simon, Life in London. Charlie Chaplin with cameraman Raleigh Totherow. Raquel Welch, Hanny Calder. A woman working in an armaments factory circa 1914. Cher, The Bunny Club. Women at work in an arms factory in London during World War I, 1918. Pamela Hensley, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Land girls pausing to watch a squadron of fighter planes. Linda Carter, Miss World USA. Women welders working in a steel mill, 1942. Barbie Benton, Playboy. A Women's Auxiliary Air Force, WAAF, flight mechanic, using a welder. Two employees working on the riveting team. Susan Sarandon, Pretty Baby. Riveter at work in October 1942. An employee at McDonald's in Southfield, Michigan, July 1978. Three women working at Elite Model Management in New York City in 1980. A female stockbroker in New York City, circa 1984. Betty Page in 1923. Sam Fox. One of the first limos, France, 1910. After the sinking of the Titanic, teenage Sophia Loren, 1951. The lovely Geri Halliwell. Every Which Way But Loose, 1978. The old Jewish cemetery in Sarajevo is almost 500 years old. Women on a lunch break skipping in the street, East End of London, 1953. Goldie Hawn is painted for role as belly dancer. Actresses playing mermaids lounge during the filming of Peter Pan, 1924. Gyeon Mealy, Lewis Walcott Fight, 1947. Ice cream van on a sunny summer day in 1930s England. The 1960s women's fashion. A photo of people enjoying lunch at a wooden deck cafe in the 1950s highlights how outdoor dining during summer was quite popular in America. The day after the all-night dancing party, an image of a young couple sunbathing on their private sailboat, captured around the 1950s, reflects the leisurely charm of the era. Legendary British cinematographer Jack Cardiff. Linda Carter, Battle of the Network Stars. A popular Indian female model from the 90s is Madhu. This lifeguard was on duty at Steeplechase Park on Coney Island around 1961. Photo credit, Helmut Kretz. The final moments of two men on top of a turbine. On a beach in Miami, Florida, around 1935, American women play baseball with all the enthusiasm and energy of youth. Photo credit, Fox photos. Beautiful Sophia Loren, 1953, Two Nights with Cleopatra. Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac. Marilyn Monroe, photographed in 1951. Bernadette Peters, lounging around. No swimsuit was allowed to be higher than 6 inches above the knee, 1922. Farrah Fawcett and Jacqueline Smith, Charlie's Angels. Jet Li and Jackie Chan. This group of young friends is rowing a boat around the large 22-acre lake in Central Park, New York. The photo was taken around 1964. Photo credit, Fox Photos. The Young and the Damned, 1950. Deidre Hall, Electra Woman. Anita Ekberg was a Swedish actress. Lonnie Anderson, WKRP in Cincinnati. A shielded dummy in a basement for atomic bomb testing in Nevada, March 1953. Sally Field, Chilling in the Park. The Amityville Horror House. Lindsay Wagner, Bionic Woman. Marie McDonald in the 1940s. Jane Seymour, period piece. An ostrich-pulled car is stopped by a policeman. Farrah Fawcett, Going for a Ride. The Hoffman girls backstage before appearing. Susan Day, Young and Innocent. Fifth and 42nd, New York, early 1900s. Raquel Welch, Bluebeard. Claudia Cardinale. Olivia Newton-John, Grease. Nikola Tesla, 1856–1943. Jane Seymour, the LBD. American model Marie Killen. Catherine Bach, the Dukes of Hazzard. Two Men Make a Funeral Mask, c. 1908. Charles Bronson and Jill Ireland, Saturday Stroll. Audrey Landers. Cheryl Tiegs, U.S. Magazine. Salma Hayek. Madonna, touring in Paris. Maren Jensen, Holding It In. Woman working on a motor in California, 1942. Brigitte Bardot, The Towel Session. Kathleen Kennedy in uniform, on her way to work. Jamie Lee Curtis and Janet Leigh, Studio 54. Women working at the Ford factory in 1947. Dawn Wells, Taking a Break. A group of telephone operators in London, circa 1950. Jacqueline Bisset, The Deep. Women's protest for equal pay in public service occupations, circa 1960s. Carolyn Monroe, He Said What? Women working on the Concorde aircraft, January 1967. Madonna, A Backyard in Bay City. Women working in the bookkeeping room at Bank of America in Los Angeles, California, circa 1970. Raquel Welch, Myra Breckenridge. A woman working on an early service computer in the 1970s. Suzanne Summers, Zuma Beach. Two women working on an IBM 1130 computer in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, circa 1974. Anne Margaret, striking a pose. Mathematician Mary Jackson in 1977. Morgan Fairchild, out for a swim. The 1930s and 1940s were a time of resilience, innovation, and transformation in America. From the struggles of the Great Depression to the triumphs of a nation at war, these decades shaped the fabric of modern life. Which part of this era stands out most to you? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this glimpse into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with history lovers everywhere. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next journey through time. Next journey through time. Next journey.